Malcolm.
Yeah, on Ask Shara. Just ask Shara. Any topic, it don't matter. Just ask Shara. Ask Shara. On Thursdays, Facebook Live on Thursdays.
Hey, Dr. April.
Thursdays. Hashtag Ask the Shara Thursday. Hashtag Ask the Shara Thursdays. Facebook Live on Thursdays. Hashtag Ask the Shara Thursdays. Hashtag Ask the Shara Thursdays. Hashtag Ask the Shara Thursdays. Facebook Live on Thursdays.
Hey guys, hey. Hey everybody, welcome to Ask the Shara Thursdays, episode 5 of season 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey Marjorie, as you're tuning in, if you could do me a huge favor, if you can hit the like button and the love button, as well as
Just ask Shara.
share the broadcast, I would really appreciate it. If you're no stranger to the show, and you know the content that we provide, we just really appreciate if you spread the word. We will begin in just a moment or so, and so I'll get my guest on soon, but we just want to continue to spread the word and get all the viewers on before we start with our engagement activity. So hey everybody, welcome. I love seeing the faces pop up and the names pop up. Hey Leanna, hey Chantel, good evening everybody. Let me do some more invites, get everybody on. What's up guys? It's another Thursday. Y'all excited or not? I'm excited. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Best time of the day. I like that. Okay. Cornell, good evening. We'll add Dr. April on. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
So I just told for the feedback.
Say that again?
I said I just remembered.
I'm no problem. Good to be here.
Awesome. I'm gonna grab my headphones. If you have headphones, come in, and I'll be right back for the feedback. Everybody. Hey. All right. Be right back. All right, Dr. April, can you hear me? Dr. April, can you hear me?
Yeah, on Ask Sarah. Just ask
Yep, I can
Sarah.
hear you.
Any topic you don't
Perfect.
matter,
No
ask
feedback?
Sarah. Ask Sarah.
Perfect.
All
No
right.
feedback.
Facebook Live on Thursday. Hashtag Ask Sarah.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Sorry for that delay. So I'm glad we got it fixed. Let's get the camera back going. Okay, perfect. Good.
All right.
All right, here we are. Well, welcome to the show, first timer.
I am, and I'm glad to be here. And congrats on 4 seasons. I mean,
Thank
that
you,
is
thank
quite
you.
an accomplishment. Very nice,
It's not
Sarah.
easy, but I'm glad that we made it. I can't see
Absolutely.
anyone. Can you guys see us now? Let's see. Someone just said they can't see. I don't know if that's an old post or.
Hopefully we.
Hey,
got it.
Brian.
I can see you.
You can see me? I can see you too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, can you see us? Okay,
There she
fell
goes.
asleep. Perfect. Well, welcome to the show. Hey everybody. My name is Tashara. I go by Shara, and I'm the host as well as the creator of Ask Tashara Thursdays, which is a show that we talk about various topics that other people are afraid to talk about. So we use our platform and we talk about it here. And so welcome. And I thank you so much for spending your evening with us, because literally you could be doing anything else on a Thursday evening, like for real. And so I'm just grateful for the live viewers. What I normally like to do is an icebreaker. I think of it as like a group. And so a lot of us don't know each other. And so one way that we can all bond is, through an icebreaker activity. And the icebreakers are always directly related to the topic. So as I said before, we're talking about relationships, sex, and marriage. So hot topics.
Yes, I like it. My kind of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love me some Thursdays. Awesome. And so tonight's engagement activity is, drum roll. So according to the counselor and author Gary Chapman, there are 5 emotional love languages. That is 5 ways that people speak and understand emotional love. The 5 of them are words of affirmation, acts of service, receipts of gifts or receiving of gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Physical touch.
Those are the 5 love languages. And so tonight's engagement activity is, if you're able and if you're in a space where you can type, I want you to type your 5 love languages in numerical order. So if your first one is physical touch and your second one's words of affirmation and your third one is acts of service, whatever it is, and I'm going to type it so that you guys can see all 5, and then you guys rearrange them into your top 5. And Dr. April, I'm going to ask you to tell us out loud what your 5 love languages are in numeric order.
Give a little reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I work so extensively with my couples clients, and this is one of the very first things that I guide them to. Dr. Gary Chapman, he created this 5 love languages way back in the day. It's a minute now, but the reason why it works so well is because it's so simple. It's so simple. It makes a lot of sense once you start to interpret exactly what that is. And of course, I am human, so I had to check out my 5 love languages.
Did you do the quiz? The actual quiz?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Of course I did, yeah. And you know what else is, I do them, once or twice a year. So a lot of people think that they should do their quiz and it's like one and done. But actually that's not the case, because we're always evolving, and then on top of that, life happens, things happen, and then our relationships also evolve. So every now and then you may just want to touch up just to see if you are where you say you are, or your partner says where you imagine they are.
I like that.
So there's a little tip. Mine are quality time,
Okay.
physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, in that order.
Okay. And hold on, guys. I'm posting it right now. Here we go. Doom, doom, doom. And physical touch. Okay. So tell us yours again in numeric order, Dr. April.
So, quality time,
Mm-hmm.
physical touch,
Quality time, physical touch.
PT. Yeah, exactly. Words of affirmation, acts of service, and then gifts.
Hmm.
Receiving of gifts.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you mentioned that you've done it, you normally do it several times in the year. And so how have you seen your love languages change in regards to their order?
Yeah, yeah. And, I found that this just happens because of different things that are going on in my life. I remember when my grandmother was sick, and it was a little bit ago, and I was drained. I was physically and emotionally drained. And I was not only caring for my grandmother, but I was caring for my mother, who was caring for her mother, essentially. So that generational order of care. And inside of that, my acts of service actually came out at number 2. I remember at that time. I always remember that because I needed somebody to kind of be there for me. And then as soon as that period was done, I remember I did it about a year or 2 later, and it went back down again because I have the ability to operate on my own. So you never know. You never know. And then again, hopefully you're evolving as you are getting older, maturing, being more emotionally intelligent. Some of these
Exactly.
things you may be able to give yourself, and other times you're looking for it in your relationship,
I like
depending
that.
on the level.
And it also then I guess does depend on the type of relationship too, as you mentioned.
It's true. Yeah, because man, I'm telling you, Dr. Gary, he just did this. It's such a simple thing, but what he does is that it started out with couples, but there's one for everything. There's one for your kids. There's one for teenagers,
Yeah.
which is a whole other thing. There's one for there's all kinds of things. It applies in different places, so it's really good to apply it to different parts of your relationship. It all is a part of that universal fact that we all love in different ways.
Let me see. I guess I can participate too in the engagement activity.
I would love to know yours.
Let's see. I think my first one is definitely quality time. My second one would be acts of service,
Okay.
um, physical touch, words of affirmation, and my last one would be receiving gifts. I'm not a big person on gifts. Receiving gifts. I like giving gifts, but I'm not big on
Isn't
receiving
that
gifts.
interesting?
And it's
And
also
and I look, I'm just
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I was just about to say it's also, I find I work with a lot of men, and we go through this, and every single time, they're talking to me, and they're like, what, shouldn't women are, I think that she's number one with gifts. And then when we actually go and we do the language, gifts actually drop a significant amount for a lot of women. So there's there's one of those misconceived and everything. So you never know. You could surprise yourself.
It's true.
But if you're guessing, have you taken the quiz yourself?
I actually have not taken the quiz, so I have his book, and I've read the book.
Perfect.
But I have not taken the quiz. Mine is off of just how
You
I
feel?
present and feel. Yeah, and it's funny because even in the book he talks about I may my love language regarding the way that I receive love may be quality time, but the way that I give love may be
Right.
gifts. So
That's exactly right.
it's so interesting.
That's exactly right. And then versus how your partner or the person that is in receipt of that love, your kids, your mom, your parents, how they receive love is going to be different. So I get a
Absolutely.
lot there too. So I always tell, especially my couples, even though you think your partner is probably this, and this in that order, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and ask them to do the quiz, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like 9 times out of 10, they're wrong. It comes up as a surprise, and that's where a lot of the work can start. So
That's so good. Isn't that interesting? And
good.
just looking at the comments, let's see. We have a
A
lot
lot
that
of
have
people know
words
their
of
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah,
say words of
they do.
affirmation. It's interesting that a couple of just scanning through couple of the women, like you said, gifts are kind of towards the end
towards
of
the
the
end.
5. Do you see anything else that you find like interesting in regards to like trends?
Yeah, actually, I see a lot of acts of service at the beginning. You know, when somebody is there and doing, you know, kind things for you. You know, when they have that old adage, especially in love,
Yeah.
it's not what you say, it's what they do. You know, follow their actions, not their words.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
That's
true.
exactly it. So when we're in really good give and take receiving relationships, that acts of service becomes very important. So I'm not surprised when I'm seeing that at the forefront. Not
Okay.
surprised at
You
all.
guys have healthy relationships or love. Okay. So we think. We'll see once we dive more
When I get
in.
into it.
Uh-huh. Good. So
Hmm.
before we get into, thank you guys so much for participating and being open and vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's dope. And you guys can continue to post your 5 love languages in numerical order as we go throughout the show. But I wanted to do our official guest bio, and then we'll get into the conversation. So Dr. April Undell is a psychotherapist, speaker, and mental health advocate in South Florida, specializing in love, relationships, and mental wellness.
That's right.
Dr. April believes in particularly supporting all things Black mental health and Black love. She practices solution-focused, hopeful, and mindful therapy every day. She believes self-care is powerful and freeing, is fascinated by the stars and cosmos, astrophysics, lives for